Good night, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the purchasing videos. We chose two to analyze. That is one scene of the Wolf of Wall Street. That is the scene that they are trying to sell a share of a micro company, and they are talking about like the huge revenue that the person who have it or buy it we can have, and almost the life is beautiful that in this scene that we choose they are trying to sell a food, but we have only one option, but for the restaurant to doesn't want to see like only we have one option, so they are trying to put more options that they don't have, but focus on the way that is not what the client is looking for. So, Francisco, we are going to start with you with the comments, and then we are going to start with Arturo with the difference, and then we're going to start to analyze all of them.
Yeah, we have the two scenes. One of the Wall Street Wolf and also the restaurant is scenes too. In the Wall Street, the seller are trying to sell about $4,000 on shares with a low cost, but we make emphasis that he made flash options trying to enough the client necessity. In this case, the seller told to the buyer that they may pay her house in the future if he buy these actions shares, sorry, in this moment, making a flash option that never gonna happen in the future. And also in the restaurant one, we have the seller doesn't have opened the kitchen, and there's a only dish to eat right now. So the seller makes more options, not likely options to the buyer that the buyer wants to eat some lift, uh, something that doesn't have a lot of fat. So the seller makes emphasis that they have a lot of options, but the best option are the fish with the salad and the drink and also other ways. Arturo, do you want to comment something about the two scenes?
Well, in my opinion, it may seem that are different contexts because are a different context, but in the end, both emphasis why they want to sell. And well, I think the key point is that they show their strengths and exaggerate them to make it look better
Yeah.
and prettier.
Yeah, and also we can focus on the communication channel. For example, in the Wall Street Wolf, we saw that the communication channel are by phone, and he may not use the visual communication and the corporal way, but also he used the voice of her mouth, and the complexity of the shares are not shown. So this is one of the similitudes with the other. The other scene that the restaurant, for example, use the voice to voice, face to face. Sorry, and I mean, he has the option to use her body to show and transmit the best option are the low fat dish. So, what do you think about that, Roberto Victor?
And almost we need to see like the main difference that they are looking the same to choose like the option that they want, but they generate something different. In the case of the Life is Beautiful, they generate expectation of the another products. Why? This is because in the way that they want something like healthy, and so if they tell them like they have like French fries, fried fries, like I don't want this, so they choose like the fish. And in the opposite way, we can in the Wolf of Wall Street, they generate a sense of impulsiveness. And why is this? Because they are telling like this is the best opportunity of your life. If you don't take this, maybe you can't pay your loan in a long, long time. But
And
if
that's
you take
something
this
that never gonna
opportunity,
happen
yeah, that doesn't never happen in a
in the
minority
future.
time. So it's like so important to focus in that almost like what generates each video because the objective is the same, but how they feel for the another person is completely different. You know, it's many different ways to go to that objective.
Yeah, there is still very curious. It seems I might see these movies later, but in this sense, so we saw that this difference, and they're very interesting. So I think that this is all for this discussion. And Arturo, do you have other words or to make end this session?
Well, to finish this, I only want to say that in the wall of or Wall Street, his depends to the tone, um, to show the intention and the convince. It depends totally to the tone and the voice. And well, for me, it's more easy in the Wall of Wall Street because in the Life is Beautiful, you have to use the body, and well, and my opinion is to much people is difficult.
Okay, and I want to add something more before we close this session. Almost we need to see like in the Wolf of Wall Street, we are covering a problem because they are able to pay the mortgage, and in the case of the Life is Beautiful, they are covering a need for the person because the need in this case is to it. So almost we need to see like that context. So use like the correct ways to persuasive and strategics to make all of these changes that you want to make to go to the product that you want to sell, not like the
Yeah,
one they want to choose, you know?
feeling the necessity, making a necessity also. So
Exactly.
there's a good point that you touch.
Okay,
But
so
that's all.
thanks so
That's all.
much and have a great night.